And so one of the most important things to recognize as far as motivation is that if you're motivated by from what's called an away from motivational goal or towards, one is away from, which is fear or fire, and one is desire, right? So the away from motivation would be, I don't want to be broke. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be criticized. I don't want to be judged. And what happens is we spend a lot of energy running from that idea. But as soon as we get away from that idea, we have a tendency to pendulum back. Unless that emotion is so strong, it's always inside of us. And that's akin to OCD or someone who's compulsively trying to be successful or beautiful or rich, and they're driven by this fire rather than desire. It's a model for success for sure. In fact, I think most people are driven by that model. The problem is you're never satisfied. You're always driven by a fear response, and the only reward you're getting is this hit of dopamine that you're going to run from this problem, and the best way to motivate yourself is to literally fall in love with the idea as if you have it now, and then project it into the future, get excited about getting closer to it. When you do it this way, you actually build energy and feedback loops. When you do it the other way, you're always stressed. It's like projecting zombies, shooting them and feeling relieved, but yet you continue to project the zombies. So at one point, you just can't keep up, and you're just too stressed to deal with it. No matter how successful you are, you're still projecting those unconscious zombies as opposed to projecting what you would like, falling in love with it. And it's more of a creative cycle of motivation. The other type of motivation, of course, is just to do it without any negative or positive, because that's the identity you start to live with. I'm a person who decides to do something and I do it. But we're talking about goal setting. In goal setting, you want to ask yourself, how much is it away and how much is towards? It's okay to have 25% away from, because you want a fire to get going sometimes, because sometimes we don't want to have to do things. But once you start going, it's very important to fall in love with the opposite of the problem. So not just getting away from, my marriage is ending, but fall in love with what it would be like if you're even closer. Not, my mortgage is due and I just paid it, but what it would be like to have hundreds of thousands and even millions in the bank to not worry about the mortgage. So you can start moving towards something with pleasure chemistry rather than always being driven by stress chemistry.